Hi everyone, Greeno here and welcome to another video here on Greeno Eats. Now where am I today? I'm not in Dorset, oh no, I'm in Wigan. Now Wigan is kind of known as the home of the pie, isn't it? They have the Wigan Kebab, which is a pie in a bread roll, or a barm cake as they call it around here. It's also known as a Pie Barm. I've come to find out what all the fuss is about with the pies in Wigan. Now behind me, just over my shoulder there, is a place called the Rolling Pin Bakery, and apparently that's the place around here to be picking up pies. So I'm going to get in there, see what I can get, and we'll see what all the fuss is about, shall we? Let's go. Right, so that's a proper traditional little old bakery in there. Very simple kind of menu, making up sandwiches and bits and bobs. But I have myself the famous Wigan Kebab, the Pie Barm. So they said meat and potato pie is the most popular one. Just goes in a bread roll with a little bit of butter, plenty of carbs. This is not for you if you're on the Atkins diet or something similar, that's for sure. Anyway, let's get it down me, come on. Okay, it's pretty blustery outside, so I think probably best if I come back into the car and eat this. So here it is inside this little package. So it's all nicely wrapped up in paper. And here we go, look at this. This is a culinary delight, isn't it? That's your thumbnail right there, isn't it? The Wigan Kebab. So a nice meat and potato pie here. Just simply in a white bread roll. A little bit of butter on there just to moisten it up a bit. Best we give it a try. Now, the pastry is nice and crisp, so that's a good start, isn't it? It's not greasy at all. There's obviously a short crust kind of pastry. God, it smells all right too. Oh yeah. It's mad, but I reckon it's going to work, isn't it? Now, she did say to me, actually, before I get into this, that she did have steak pies there and chicken and mushroom pies, and that some people will go for that, but by far the most popular is the meat and potato, so had to go with it. Anyway, let's give it a try. Mostly a mouthful of pastry there. Attacked it from the wrong angle. Let's go again, see if we can get some of that filling. Oh, blimey, that's hot. Burnt me lip. Oh, wow. Now, the pastry is absolutely delicious. It's a nice short crust pastry. And it is nice and crispy. It's cooked really, really well. And look, there's the filling inside. Can you see that? The meat and potato in there. Just about to drip out all over my car. It has got a lovely smell to it. It's quite wet for a meat and potato pie compared to the ones I've had down south. Down there it's a bit more of a solid consistency, but here, as you can see, it's quite, not liquid, but definitely a lot wetter. The taste is great though. There's little chunks of potato in there, not big pieces, sort of small chunks, just cooked up with the mince. It's nicely seasoned. Personally speaking, I would probably go a little heavier with the pepper, but that's just a personal preference. Once on the channel, I made a lasagna toasty. And I thought that was mad. The pie in a bread roll, that's an actual local delicacy. I mean, that's just bonkers, isn't it? But I tell you what, it's bonkers in a good way. And do you want to know what the even better news about this is? £3 that cost me. £3! The pie itself, £2.40. for a homemade, baking hot meat and potato pie. All the pies were £2.40, I think. 60p for the barm cake or bread roll. I mean, I know it's not the healthiest thing in the world, but by God, it's tasty. I mean, it's cheap. It's definitely filling. I mean, that's going to keep you going, isn't it? If you're taking your lunch break, you've been hard at work all morning, you want something inexpensive and filling to keep you going till you get home for dinner. I mean, okay, you probably want to take a multivitamin along with it or something. You're not going to be getting a lot of nutrients out of it, but it's going to fill your belly for a fairly low cost. And like I said, bloody tastes good. I tell you what, I have to say, I'm impressed with this. Rolling Pin Bakery in Wigan. I don't think it's too far from the city centre. There's a little sort of back street parking around it if you ever sort of want to pull up. The main road's pretty busy that it's on, but you can park up in the back streets around it. I'm literally 50 yards away probably, so easy enough to get into. It wasn't busy when I got there. It was quite late in the day. It's about 2 o'clock. They close at 2:30, but they still had all 3 pies available, which is good. I'm impressed with it. I think they're doing a cracking job. That's a low cost lunch, really tasty. Thumbs up to them. Right, so that's it. I found out what all the fuss is about pies in Wigan. Do you know what? It's a good job I don't live round here. I'm already far heavier than I ought to be. If I lived near here, I'd be twice the size probably. These are delicious. Anyway, that's going to be it from me for today from Wigan. If you've enjoyed this little video, don't forget, click a thumbs up on there for me. It does help with the channel. And if you're new around here and you enjoy what you've seen, why not consider hitting the subscribe button, ding your little bell for notifications, and that way you won't miss anything that comes up on the channel. Right, onwards on my Northern Odyssey. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.